What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Doughnut deathmatch battle thing. We can't call it a deathmatch because of the title. We could probably get, restricted and stuff, so we won't do that. But battle royale thingy majiggy, and we've got some big wars that just broke out. France v Korea. That's not gonna look great for Korea. We've also got the US versus Brazil. Brazil with the Great Wall, so it's definitely a tough one for the US, but we'll keep an eye on these wars. I think there are some other ones, but they are sort of... Oh no, Germany is going for it. I thought they might have been, a bit too far away or not really going anywhere, but no, Germany has a chance here as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. But yeah, certainly France, if they could take the Korean capital, that would be a big early win for them, as Germany is the first civ into the Renaissance era. They grab a spy. That is not Germany. Down here we go. Okay, they failed in that attack. Didn't quite go to plan. India's just doing their own thing, and Korea so far so good, but it is the French turn, so I won't rush into anything. But they do have some units to defend with, so if they kill enough, I mean this 18 defense is a bit worrying, but if they kill enough units, then they should be able to get the job done. And France, yeah, does push in. Those triremes aren't going to be much help. That is an issue. So we'll see if those composite bowmen can do a good job defending. And we'll continue on. We won't do the infightics just yet. It's a bit early. It's a little bit... How have I forgotten who I picked already? That is... I picked Japan. Okay, phew. Wasn't too worried. Getting a bit worried. Brazil do lose the city of Salvador. That was fairly easy for the US, and they now have a fourth city. As Germany and England peace out, and yeah, they took one city, that is it. But that's still a blow to England, because they're probably going to end up with their borders not particularly well connected. And we'll see if France can succeed here, or can Korea squeeze out with a little peace deal just in time. They have a load of units here that aren't really helping, but I guess if they came over here, these units might pounce. It's an awkward situation. Korea continuing to defend valiantly with their bowmen, as Germany grabs the Alhambra and India grabs the Great Mosque. Good little additions. And Seoul, yeah, they're just clinging on. If they could get a peace deal soon, that would be great. They lost a lot of their triremes, but they do have a Galeas in the city that will be helping them as a religion founded. Right, who was that? China with Taoism. I think that's probably the last one. We'll check towards the end of this episode to see the progress they're all making. How is Brazil? Brazil is having to put up a real defense now. Is that more settling or just border growth? No, it is England grabbing another city as India gets the Borobudur wonder. Moscow is still under attack from China. I thought that was over, but no. And I think that's a new city as well for China. And they have another settler on its way out around the ring as well. The US probably going to get Sao Paulo in the next few turns, and France is heading there. Korea goes last, so they should... Yeah, this is worrying, but there you go. Sao Paulo, the US out of nowhere. Oh, they lose it back again, so never mind. Short-lived. Germany and China. Well, Germany v England again, and with China's help this time. Yeah, if China leaves Russia alone, they could certainly do some damage to England here. And there we go. We're starting to see the first civs crumble. Brazil losing Sao Paulo. They are now down to just Rio. Of course, if the US can get Rio and take them out, they would then get the benefits of the Great Wall. Although, there you go, Brasilia. Well, they still would, because it's in Rio, I would assume. America actually did manage to get Protestantism, another religion, up and running. And Japan is just settling like crazy along the north coast of the ring. So that's good for them. China has put down another city and has another settler on the move. And England's, yeah, there's just battles all over as England grab another city up this way. Germany have not added any more just yet. Looks like the rest of Brazil is probably going to be safe, and somehow, by some way, Korea is continuing to hold off the French. That is quite the defense they've got going on as England grabs Hagia Sophia. But yeah, that's quite impressive that they've defended this. I would not be expecting them to defend that, but they've done pretty well. Brazil's turn. Korea has denounced America. Not sure what that's got to do with Korea, but there you go. I guess America's taken out Brazil. That's not probably a popular move. America completes the Himeji Castle, and I think they just settled their own city in Philadelphia. Maybe starting to cut off Japan as the World's Congress is founded. There is not many options here for me. We'll do World's Fair. Yeah, they may cut them off. France is also settling. Oh, going to cut off Japan's main two cities though. That's brutal. I mean, if France and the US teamed up, that would be a worry for Japan, but I'm not sure I've got much faith in France. They are really struggling here against Korea. I feel like they should have had this done. This is getting a bit embarrassing now. Sorry. Right, China did settle towards Germany and England over this way, and at the moment looks like England's the most likely to take a city anytime soon, or at least recover one. India's still not settling anywhere, and there you go, England does reconquer this city in the southern portion of the ring. How's it looking up here? Japan with another settler? I feel like that has to go in this region, or you are going to get sort of separated as they add another city over here. Wow. The US have a settler too, so we'll see where that goes. They're going to go in here. They probably, if they went over to this coast, that would at least stop Japan's growth. While you could obviously, they could continue pretty aggressively against Brazil. Germany's not really in this region, even if they have the one city here. That'd be interesting. I think China and Russia never peaced out, so that's just still ongoing in the background. China with a lot of units here, not so focused on England. But London is surrounded, but if the German AI is anything like the French one, that doesn't mean too much. And oh, France now backstabbed. They did forward settle Korea there, but Japan coming in from the back. We'll see how this goes. This is, yeah, that's a lot of samurais and different types of units. We will see how well Japan does. I think France probably does have enough units to protect themselves. They actually have the musketeers themselves, so, and I can't remember if they are, if musketeers are musketmen replacements, and samurai I think long swordsmen, maybe swordsmen, if I'm getting that wrong, sorry. But so yeah, I think that might play maybe into France's hands actually, but either way, that city there has fallen. Rhone, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that one, has gone. Seoul still under attack. Busan is also under siege, but again, it's not really looked like going at any point really. France is adding more cities slowly. India just settling, but not settling, but you know, settling for the three that they have, I should say, or accepting, maybe better word. Japan and France fighting it out for this city here now. We'll see if, I mean, maybe Korea could have a comeback. I mean, they held France off. Who's to say they couldn't go on a counter-offensive? That seems unlikely, but you never know. The US did grab a coastal city in Atlanta and added Chicago as well to take more territory away. And with Japan piecing out, yeah, they just prevented themselves getting cut off. But in that time, the US has grown a little bit more and is still struggling for Rio, but not throwing anything away. China adding another city here as well. We continue. London looks like it's going to fall. The question is to who, because China and Germany have the city kind of surrounded. This is a huge scalp for either of these civs. I think China went and died because that boat just died, unless England killed the boat. Either way, it's Japan's turn. They complete Machu Picchu. Neither of them took it, so it didn't matter. Japan completes Machu Picchu. India grabbing Angkor Wat, and there it is. London falls into Germany's hands. Big scalp for them. And Korea's capital falling finally at the same time. Seoul now a part of the French Empire. So there we go. Some of the weaker links of the ring starting to disappear. We will try and go till there's one left. That's kind of, I think, the point of this map. It's kind of like a ring chart, pie chart sort of thing. India now joining against Russia. China missed out on London, but now they're going to go on the offensive again for Moscow. And yeah, with some Indian units coming in as well. I think this will go pretty well for one of them. Question is who, I guess. Who's going to come out on top here? Yeah, Japan and France pieced out, so that will be back to being productive. But Japan can only really go for the US or France unless they want to go on a big naval detour, which they cannot really do at the moment till they can get in that deep ocean. Germany completes the globe theatre, and now Japan v Brazil, which is not going to be too important as Korea's turn, but it does look like the US is making some progress here against Brasilia, and taking this could be useful, could allow them to attack Rio from the other side. Here we go, a bit closer. They also complete the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and it is China who gets their hands on Moscow, leaving Russia with just one city. But we are starting to see some civs. No one's been eliminated yet, unless I'm making a mistake, but Russia's close. France adds a couple more cities, leaving just a couple there for Korea, and they will still be under attack from a big looking France. Is there anything? Okay, this is still ongoing with England, but none of their cities seem under too much threat, and there it is, Brasilia falling to the Americans. So we'll see what happens to Rio. China and Russia peace out, but India may still eliminate Russia, and that probably sets us up for then China to attack India, and then there's probably going to be a race for all this space here. I mean, France is sort of got a bit of an advantage here with India not doing too much. China will want to get in on the action as well. Japan did fill in this gap a little bit with a settler. I'm sure we'll see them maybe think about attacking the US at some point. We will do the info addicts at the start of next episode. I think that'll be a good time to sort of see where everyone's at. At the end of this one, we'll do a quick check on which religions are doing the best. Yeah, it looks like France is going to grab Busan here, despite Korea's best efforts. But Korea actually takes Marseille off of France's hands. That's not going to maybe change the outcome of the war, but it might buy them some time if some of those French units move away from the front line. As you see, France doesn't take Busan that turn, but probably next turn. I don't want to get their hopes up too much. I'd say next turn it's probably going to be alright. And there it is. Yeah, there you go, Busan falling into French hands. Korea and Russia in a race to see who comes last. India finally settles a fourth city, and China with another one. Yeah, another new one. And Marseille goes back to France as well. There you go. Not really a surprise. Japan does need to win against either the US. I mean, they're trying to sneak to Brazil, but against one of them sooner or later. Korea does retake their city, which is a good job. And Germany is trying to ban silver. Okay, fair enough. And Germany just entered the industrial era. I can see some cannons now, which is always good. Speeds up the sieges. See a few roads being built as well, which will give easier movement around the ring. Proposal. Oh god, what do we do? Did you get that stuff banned? You did. Okay, I'll just try and unban it. That's again the fairest thing to do when the city-states one's not there. Novgorod's doing okay. France retakes Busan again. Brazil's turn. They are clinging on in Rio, just about. Took a long time their turn then, but I guess that was the French turn, and it was just making it look like it was Brazil. France again. Should retake this, I'd imagine. Kill more units in the process. Sooner rather than later they'll probably keep it. Although that turn it stayed with Korea. Right, let's have a little look then. Religion overview. Not that button. What on earth is that? Is that a world? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, well, religion overview. Here we go. Right, so the dominant ones by far are Hinduism from India, 19, and Russia's Eastern Orthodoxy in 14. And with the demise of Russia, you have to think that India's will certainly benefit from that because they're next to each other. The others not so great. The US in 4 cities, China in 5, Brazil in 8, and then Korea in 1. And then what have we got? We finally get a peace deal between the US and Brazil, and also between France and Korea. So Korea survives with a couple of cities for now. Just a couple. Right then. What's next? Russia will survive for now. Brazil's turn. Again, I think it's... Okay, no, it's Korea. Okay, but there we go. That will be it for this episode. Next time we'll have a look at the info addicts, see who's doing well, who isn't. Better than we can tell by eye. But I hope you've enjoyed it so far. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.